What is going on? Mario here in Fighting FX, in Fighting Exchange. We're going to call this the quieter version of the show today. Let me fix the cam. This is. Yikes. This is going to be the quieter portion of the show. My wife is asleep, and I told her, babe, you got an hour because SmackDown after WrestleMania is coming on. And if you think I can be quiet for you to take a nap, then you married the wrong person because I'm a perpetual 5-year-old. I'm a mark. So I'm going to celebrate when they inevitably bring up tonight from NXT, the call up of the century. That's right. I'm going to tell y'all who it's going to be just before the show starts, but we're like a little behind, right? I wanted to be live by 6. Actually, I want to be live by 5. And so we're a little behind. So we're going to just like fucking get into it. Alex in the chat said, gone. They're all gone. Don't know what he means. Not sure what he's talking about, but we're going to find out. I'm sure he's going to tell us. Let me see. Let me send some shit out real quick. Bada boom, bada bang. Bada bop, 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 bop. So, okay. By the way, the Wyatt 6. Yes. Thank you. Oh my God. Yes. So listen to this. This is fucking crazy. I set this live up, right? Like about 2 hours ago, maybe, or 3 hours ago, something like that. And the titles I had, obviously, because I didn't go live yesterday, on that stuff, the TKO in charge of creative and the Mark Shapiro leak that everybody's talking about, as well as De La Hoya on Capitol Hill, or not Capitol. Was it Capitol Hill? I don't know, but he was in front of the committee. What was it called? I wrote it down. It was the the Commerce, Science, and Transportation committee. So I literally hit the button, and I get a text, and I hit the button, check the text, and it's Abe, and he's like, dude, the Wyatt 6 just got cut, and apparently Chelsea Green too. Is that true? I'm gonna check it out. We're gonna check it out here together. That was breaking news, and I was like, shit, dude, like that's got to be talked about immediately, right? This is crazy, and I don't like to talk about what I don't like to give. There he is, Matt. Thank God. Okay, I was about to give Matt. I was about to tell Matt's secrets in the chat. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't like to say things that people say in the personal chats that we have. Obviously, if they don't know, but I think I'm safe for this part. And since he's there, he could take full credit because I think it's very well said, because a certain person's child was crashing out, obviously, because Wyatt 6 represent one of the cooler factions, right? Oh, Chelsea is safe. Okay. I was going to say, dude, if they cut Chelsea Green, that's crazy. She is super over and has ties with literally every other organization. The only way I could see them cutting her is if TNA was wanting to sign her and they were like, I don't know, whatever. Alba Fire is cut though. Wow. And I think her 4 fans are going to be so disappointed. I'm just kidding. Don't punch down, they say. Ba-da-bop, ba-da-bop, bop. I need that sound ASAP. So anyway, yeah, that happened. And so I'm like, gosh, dang it. Can I change the title of the show to the Wyatt 6 are now the Wyatt Dicks? That's not good. I'm not going to use that. I'm just saying it would be like something else, right? The Wyatt's shits? No. If Alba gone, she gotta be gone. If Alba gone, I think he's saying if Alba's not gone, she's got to be gone next. What about Piper too? She might get cut. Matt's just throwing out all the people that he wants cut now at this point. Andre Chase cut. Yeah, here's the thing about Piper Niven, right? I actually thought at one point she was doing a better job than Chelsea Green. Like 2 years ago when they were together, before the United States title even existed, right? Before Chelsea Green became the inaugural, right? Yeah. And now two-time, I think. Whatever. Before all of that, they were, like a team or whatever. And I really thought Piper was doing some of her best work. And the thing I hated about it was it felt like an angle was coming like from it. Like eventually Piper would kind of stand up for herself. That's not where they went. No, the edge up's not messed up. It's just that I have too much long hair on this side and you can see it's darker than that side. I mean, it does look like one straight, but eat shit. I just got a haircut. Eat shit. How about that? How about you eat shit? Sorry. So anyway, we're going to check that out. We're going to check that out for sure. We're going to talk about the TKO charge. I mean, the in charge of creative, the Mark Shapiro stuff. I'm going to send Matt the link real quick if he wants to jump on. I'm going to open the link when SmackDown starts, just so y'all know. But if my boy wants to come on. What the fuck? Hey, at Tony Khan, you know what to do with Dark Order? Time to finish Mr. Brody Lee's mission and make them big bads once again. From the Wyatt. It's a Stan account. It's Wyatt 6 Stan account. What do y'all think? Wyatt 6 to AEW? I feel like it's a terrible idea. If they had like Evil Uno and that group, like even a semblance of it still together, then that would be maybe a thing to do. But yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of people to bring over like within a gimmick, right? And even though I felt like all of them are talented, I don't know. It's just a lot. All right. So Matt said, if they finish the Brody story, it works. I agree, only if -1 is part of it. I think when -1 is ready, I don't know how many of y'all know, but -1, the son of Brody Lee, is it his name's not Brody Lee Jr., is it? I feel like I would have remembered if it was Brody Lee Jr. Let me look it up. Here, why don't we just if I don't know who's gonna come on. I sent it out. I sent the link out to some people. So if nobody comes on, then we'll take this off, or I'll take this off. But we'll just share screen for the rest of the day. How about that? Okay. Wait, what was I gonna look up again? Oh, Brody Lee's son's name, or Brody Lee's son. Yeah. Wait. All right. Brody Lee's son, known publicly as Brody Lee Jr. or as -1, has the real name Nolan Hubert. Damn. Google out here giving out people's government names and shit. Quick, Mex, tell us your socials. Yo, I got some crazy shit in my background. So anyway, yeah, he is 14 years old right now. Holy shit. I thought he was at least like 17, 16. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Well, it's not crazy, but okay, let me tell you what's crazy. He wrestled Joey Janela this past weekend. As most of you at a time, the fuck happened there? Occurs at a time when the okay, so like wherever it happens, there's like big shows that kind of revolve around it. the Joey Janela spring break. I don't remember what it's called. It's called something. Anyway, he brings a lot of people out. Sandman had a match with the Invisible Man. We're going to watch that here in just a bit, or at least parts of it. He had a match with the Invisible Man. Some of you might not like it. And I'm not saying I loved it. I am saying, though, it was pretty fucking entertaining. I mean, Sandman getting his ass kicked. Seeing Mick Foley and Sandman have to sell double low blows is something that I imagine people are going to want to see more of. I could be wrong. You know, they said Danhausen would never work in WWE. Look what the fuck happened. It was called GCW's Joey Janela's Spring Break. Thank you, champ. By the way, I sent you the link if you want to jump on before SmackDown, after SmackDown, whatever. No rush or no pressure. Alex said, I just imagine that last version of Bray Wyatt versus Tribal Chief Roman. It breaks my heart that it wasn't able to happen. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of shit that, yeah, no. I get it. Listen, I am going to show my age here a little bit. Well, I was actually like I was actually really young. Probably I was definitely way too young to be watching this. But I remember when Brian Pillman died. I was playing a baseball game. We were living in Laredo, Texas at the time, which is a border city to Mexico. And we were living there, and I had a baseball game and I was pitching, and I was so pissed that I was going to have to miss Raw Live. I was so mad that my parents, I made them double tape Raw, because one of the times we went to double tape it, for whatever reason, it only caught the volume and not the picture. So we had it recorded on both, right? And I remember I got a call, and it was my dad's friend, who is also a wrestling guy. I mean, he was fucking like literally a guy. He's like 35. And he was calling to say, that Brian Pillman died. And so I got home from pitching, ready to watch. Wait, was it Raw? Yeah, it was Raw or pay-per-view. I don't remember. And they play it. They play the message. And we hear it over, like, because he's like, yeah, hey, I just wanted to let you know, tell the boys, I know Mario's a huge Heart Foundation guy. Just let them know that whenever you get a chance, that Brian Pillman's dead. Just like that. Just like super, like, just direct, like, Brian Pillman Jr. is dead. I swear he put that emphasis on it. And me and Ryan, my brother Ryan, we look at each other like this. And I'm heartbroken. I'm like, oh my God, this is somebody who I wanted to see matches, because he was flying Brian in WCW. And I wanted to see all these like epic matches. Yeah, I know he was hurt. I mean, I didn't know that at the time, but they wouldn't have been as good. It would have been kind of like Texas Tornado's time in WWF, whenever he lost the leg. But I remember we hear him in the other room, and I'm like, oh my God, he's dead, dude. Like, this is terrible. Like, he has a wife and a kid, and we had just seen them on TV not that long ago. And I'm just about to say all this. Like, I'm just about to say, oh my God, can you believe Brian Pillman's dead? His poor wife and his poor son. And my brother goes, he fucking ruined it. Storms into my parents' room. Close your door. We heard everything. You ruined it. I'm like, he's freaking out because they spoiled a death. Oh man, this kid. I'm gonna need to watch this kid. Don't worry, I watched him. He did not become a serial killer, so we can all be grateful for that. But yeah, I remember when that happened, being a kid, like, shit, we're not gonna get any of the matches that I wanted to see. And so I feel you on that, champ. Getting ready for work, champ. We on third shift now. Dang, I get you, homie. I get you. Well, we'll be live if you, whenever you get a break, or if you do get a break, whatever. No pressure. You jump on, you jump off, whatever you want to do. But we'll be rocking out no matter what. We got 15 or roughly 15 minutes till the show starts. So let's go ahead and wait. Let me do this first. Okay. There was an article from Fights ATW that I wanted to show. I'll pull that up in just a bit. Before I pull up, oh, by the way, Matt, you there? I hope you're still there listening because I wanted to show you something. Well, I want to show everybody something, but specifically Matt. Ready? Boom. Your boy's ready. Your boy's ready. The capture card has arrived. Your boy is ready. I've hated having to stream picture only. I have hated it. It just doesn't even feel like I'm there. Like it feels like I'm hosting like a PlayStation uh community or like you know how in Red Dead you could have like your own whatever like server and parts of the land or whatever, or like Roblox. I think they do that too. Or like Grand Theft Auto. And so yeah, I've been wanting to get it done, get it here and be able to you know, stream some big boy stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, we are live. If you have been following me on Twitch, you know that, you know, we went to the gym this past week, played a little bit, not much, but I'm going to open the Discord, hopefully with the help of my boy Matt. And yeah, we're gonna be I just you know, I want to like dip my toe at first, right? And so I think we're going to be like trying to run setups with Matt. Hopefully, if he'll have me on his channel, obviously. He said that boy got a capture card, champ. And so I think that we could, you know, do all that. So I'm gonna set the Discord up, start getting things rolling this weekend, so we can be set up by Monday. Shout out to Alex. He said Nick Khan mocked Oscar in that hearing. Oscar had no clapback Thursday energy. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. All right. But first, WWE cuts. Do 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 do. Okay. Sorry, my little cousins were playing the Super Mario thing on there. What is that thing with the for the PS5 where you could just like put the and then you could play it? Dude, it's so sick. I was whooping their ass at the show, just beating that ass. I think I had it like 7-0, something like that. Had to give up the sticks because, you know, I didn't want them to call CPS because I was fucking dropping bomb after bomb after bomb. All right, so just let's get this out of the way so I can get some clips for the show, for the socials. WWE releases Wyatt Six, Andre Chase, and others in post WrestleMania cuts. And you know, I actually was a bit surprised that they did them this soon. I actually thought they were gonna wait the week. I did. I thought they would at least wait the week, but we all know that the cuts come after WrestleMania. It's kind of like you know, because like WrestleMania traditionally exists as a sort of ending, right? Like a season ends, like the season ends type of sort of situation. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really think it has that effect as much as it used to. You know, I mean, for God's sakes, they named a PLE WrestleMania Backlash simply for the SEO. That's it, you know, simply so they could just try to get people like, hey, it was WrestleMania season. It's like, yeah, it just fucking happened. So it's like, you know, in case their billions of dollars in advertisements didn't get every single casual fan's attention. So the backlash aspect of it, like that's kind of what it is, right? Backlash is since its inception has been to keep some of the feuds going. And I wouldn't even say top feuds because it's not always top feuds. Sometimes it's like random feuds and you're like, why are they still running this? But the first Backlash was the worst. And by that I mean the best. It was the best. And so because it was the best, it's the worst because it's the bar that they can't live up to, right? The first Backlash, I think it was off the hills of wasn't it off the hills of the Invasion? When was first WWE Backlash? Or should I just put Backlash because then it'll actually give me WWE? April 25th, 1999. So very correct. When was WWE Invasion? Oh, wait, that's going to give me the recent one. Oh, between March and November 2001. Oh, shit. So that's way off. Okay. So, well, then whatever. Fuck it. It was the second or third Backlash. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. All right. The point I'm trying to make is that the first few Backlashes were actually fucking great. They were actually really good. And they actually did the job of extending Mania. And I'd argue in the Invasion year, that WWE or F, whatever at the time, helpfully or successfully saved a nugget of what they did in the Invasion WrestleMania, the shittiest WrestleMania probably of all time, if you consider how much we badly wanted to see that fucking card. Like, dude, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's like some people are like super young watching WWE, and it's like great, but like you can't understand what we expected from the WCW WWF merger. You cannot understand ever how big of a letdown it was. I mean, maybe you can. I doubt it, but maybe you can. The thing is this, though. It was such a fucking stick in the because here's the like everybody knew what we wanted, you know, and now like of course all these years later I can look and say, oh well, it was tough because certain guys were getting paid to stay home. Like, how do you get people to come to work when they don't have to, right? And then it's like some of these guys wanted even bigger deals, and like it's just like a lot of different stuff that made it, you know, really difficult, maybe near impossible to actually accomplish. But dude, it was as simple as we all wanted Goldberg, Stone Cold. We all wanted Sting, Undertaker. And some of these matches you now know are like they were just too big to happen, I guess, because like Sting, Undertaker could have happened, right? Undertaker wasn't a walking bag of bones and a super bad knee. And Sting wasn't a guy whose hair matched his face paint. You know, it was like the last squeezes of the good juice, and they didn't do it. So there's a reason, I guess, those don't happen. But yeah, that first Invasion card, impossible. But it's like, then don't do it. Like, don't do it. Let's not pretend that Dean Malenko is or Perry Saturn is you know, and then Stone Cold's the guy that's like kicking it with them, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, this is, oh man, I don't know. To me, Vince's ideas never worked, even after that. I mean, I'm not going to say he didn't get people over and he didn't have like great angles. I'm just saying, like, it was like a lost cause after that. And then what they did to Sting, ugh, just gross. All right. Let me catch up here. Are we still doing the Hogan interview or review tomorrow? Fuck yeah, we are. Thank you for reminding me. Everybody listening right now, please do me a favor. Hit that sub, hit that follow. You can like and also share. That's also really dope. But tomorrow, me and Matt and Supermex are going to do a review of the Hogan documentary. I've gotten to see 2 of them so far, but we're going to do I'm going to do a full rewatch from beginning to end, probably after SmackDown. I just think that that's the way to go this time. Not because there's a lot of stuff there, because there's a lot of stuff that's not there. Just a tease, just a very quick tease. We're not going to say anything after this because we have the show tomorrow. But once again, when it comes to interviews, when it comes to documentaries, when it comes to being relevant and saying things that matter, the excellence of executions the best there is, the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be on a goddamn mic when speaking the truth. My man Bret Hart is literally the only reason to watch the doc at this point. I mean, because you know what? That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else. Who the fuck is Dante Chen? I don't know. I have no idea. Don't they do it on Monday? That's why it's Black Monday. Oh, do they? I didn't know that. They need to cut Triple H. Well, thank you, because that brings us into our next topic, which is going, or in our later topic, which is going to be the WWE creative is apparently now very, very under the control of TKO. Now, obviously, this is a very nuanced story. It's not like Nick Khan and fucking Ari Emanuel and, you know, fucking Mark Shapiro or like booking Bailey or the women's intercontinental belt. Obviously, that's not what's happening. What is happening though is that at any point, at any given time, they could be like, "Ooh, you see that promo there needs a Pat McAfee," bloop, and then Pat McAfee's dropped in there, you know, or they could be like, "Ooh, I like how you've built up this Gunther using his thing to cash in and bring Brock Lesnar back. That was really, really good, even though everybody knows it's bullshit and it's just to do for Unreal so that they can bring him back and they're trying to sell it." But and then you'd be like, "Oh shit, that's not real either," you know. But I think that Triple H is maybe not the problem after all. I mean, certainly you can argue that he hasn't been great when everything's in his corner, right? Or in the balls. And like, I don't think TKO interfered all that much in that John Cena run. I'll be honest. And the only thing that interference that we do know of was bringing back R-Truth, which was the right move. So I don't know. We're gonna talk about it. It's the end of business calendar for the WWE. Exactly. And that's what this all is. And this is what you're going to understand later when we talk about the hearings at the Senate committee, at the Commerce, Science, and Transportation Senate Committee hearing. You're going to find the same thing out. You're going to find the same thing out that a lot of this has to do with framing the narrative, and a lot of it, like this idea that, oh, we're a publicly traded company. Yeah, but right, like there's no breakdown of what percentages or fighters get. Like, yes, they have the ability to see the next or the event that they worked, right? So you could see like, oh, how much money was made that night that I fought versus like how much I got paid. But you know, it's not any more clear than that. I'm just gonna put that the way it goes. So basically what I'm trying to say is they try to like pep up the numbers, right? Like they want the numbers to look as great as they can before that quarterly call. Mex put very incorrect. I don't know what he's talking about. That was 2 years before. Oh, he's talking about, oh, thank you. Yeah, I should have been looking at the chat because I would have known right away that that was not invasion. Let's go back to this. Note to self, do not add Mario to wrestling trivia team. You're a hater, Matt. Notice how Brett wasn't in any of them dream matches. First of all, I guarantee you that of all the things that we didn't know heading into that Hogan doc, which let's be honest, we knew like 90% of that shit, probably like closer to 85. Brett is like responsible for 50% of the shit we didn't know, or the takes that we'd never heard. Sure, you could say he's just hating on Hogan, but I mean, it's something. It's something different. I mean, here's the thing, and I'm going to be honest here. I wanted so much more from that Donald Trump. I saw Donald Trump come into the room and I was like, what? Holy shit. And then he gives us basically the first line of Wikipedia. Like, I know he's the president. I know he can't be like, me and Liberace were nailing hookers 3 at a time, and Ali was flipping money and I was catching it with my tongue. Like, I know he can't give us like that raw, you know, behind the scenes, what was going on, but give us something, bro. Give us something. Like, he literally gave us the date and where it was. And then I don't, and then I think he said Hogan's like really nice. That was all he said. He didn't say anything else. And I was just like, man, I expected a little more, you know. I expected expected a little bit more. Brett was never the tippy top guy of wrestling. Deal with it. Absolutely not true. And Mex, how silly of you to try to troll that message when Hulk Hogan's own his own documentary on Netflix, which we can say is the definitive documentary that is associated with Hulkster, specifically at the time of his passing, because it was the last interview he was giving. Even they used the narrative that Bret Hart was more over at the time that they put Hogan in that spot. Every single, it was a narrative of the doc. So it's like, to me, this is what it's like. It's like reading the Alex Rodriguez book, right? His biography, and then like getting to a point where he's like, yeah, I took all the steroids they had, and being like, nope, I don't believe it. He didn't take them. It's like, dude, we're telling you what happened. They're explaining to you that Bret Hart was that guy, and yet just because you were 4 months old at the time doesn't mean that that wasn't the way things went. It's hard to take Oscar seriously when he goes from suit and tie in front of Congress to a clapback in a thong on Instagram, bro. Oh, that was hilarious. So you're saying Brett is a narc? Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Brett's a narc, bro. Brett is a narc. Listen to me. I would never, ever in a million, I don't care how bad I hated anybody, I would never tell on people who are fucking at work. Never. I don't give a fuck if, I mean, like, obviously if it's like within the legal sense, right, and consensual. Not this fucking UK comedian over here accidentally admitting to banging 16-year-olds. Dude, did y'all see that? Fuck, what's that guy's name again? Fuck, what's his name? I forgot. What's his name? Damn it. I forget his name all the time. He's from the UK, and like he was in not Couples Retreat. Sarah Marshall. He was in the Sarah Marshall. And then he had like a movie all on his own. I forget the guy's name, but he was like an actor, comedian, and then now he's like a right-wing podcaster. Russell Brand. Thank you, Matt. You're just always the best, dude. You got me. You got my back. Yeah, Russell Brand. He's like, yeah. Oh, it was have y'all seen that clip? Megyn Kelly's like, Russell, I really have to apologize to you. When you were starting to join the conservative movement, I said, hey, this guy, they say he had sex with a 16-year-old. And you know what? I never checked. I never decided to check and see what happened. And he's like, well, I had sex with a 16-year-old. That's absolutely. And it's like, oh God. And she's just sitting there like the clip, the clip in your mind. You know what I mean? Like, what the clip's going to be at that point. And you're just like, oof, homie just confirmed the thing that she was denying. And it's like, oof, what a kick in the crotch. But yeah, Brett's the best. We all know it. Bret Hart is the and I made this argument before WrestleMania, but you could argue that Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart, the IC match at 91 SummerSlam, set the bar for wrestling. And you can tie in RVD, Chris Benoit, Jerry Lynn, CM Punk, Shawn Michaels, and everyone else that followed. And bang, today we have great wrestling on TV, which used to never be the case. That's what I was going to say too about the Roman Reigns and Punk match. I really want to do a watch along for the Roman Reigns and Punk match. I've watched it again, and oh my God, what a classic. What a classic. And if you were watching WrestleMania with us, oh shit, SmackDown. If you watched WrestleMania with us on Saturday, the hell? Then that I had, oh shit. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, champ. I didn't see it though. Kyrie Sane being rumored as cut now. What? Are you serious, dude? How is this still? Oh my God, that's crazy. That is crazy. Wow. There's no way, right? No way Kyrie Sane could be cut. I mean, they just did. I mean, oh my God, that would be crazy. Imagine months of storytelling on TV. You don't do the thing. Yeah, let's see. Maybe it's not true. Let's see. Yeah, all I see is Kyrie Sane is signed still. Let's see. I'll check Reddit. 3 minutes ago, Ringside News found it. Kyrie Sane released by WWE. Let me just do. Why am I doing that here? Okay. Damn. I hope Alex. I hope she wasn't. I hope he wasn't. I hope she wasn't in your top 5 pound for pound spank bank list. No, I'm just kidding, Alex. All right. Let's see, bro. Okay. RingsideNews.com is saying Kyrie Sane released by red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Sorry. Kyrie Sane released by WWE in latest wave of cuts. The list of WWE, and by the way, this was posted about 5 minutes ago. The list of WWE releases continue to grow, and Kyrie Sane is now reportedly among the names let go. According to bodyslam.net, Jesus Christ, Kyrie Sane has been included in the latest round of WWE cuts. Her reported departure adds another major name to the wave of releases that have already impacted several talents across the roster. Previously confirmed names include Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, Bo Dallas, Eric Rowan, Dexter Lumis, Andre Chase, Dante Chen. Again, me and Matt have no idea who that is. Along with Alba Fire and Zoe Stark, for real. Damn. I mean, it makes sense. And that's what I was gonna say earlier. It's like Matt said it best. He's like, they didn't even have like an angle. Like they had one storyline for the last 8 months. All right. I mean, I thought you would have at least let him on long enough for Solo and Tama Tonga to just like fully fucking have at it. And it's like, what are you going to do? Because you know they're not going to name the Wyatt Six anymore. You know that, right? So it's going to be like, yeah, we got a beef. Yeah. What was our beef about? It started right here, right now. Don't worry about what happened weeks ago. It's like, what caused this rift? Man, who knows? But we riffing. Yeah, y'all are riffing on this fucking storyline now that you don't have the Wyatt Six. And it's like, wait, did you think that we needed him to get his light back before you cut him? Like, I guess you did. Damn, that means they were, oh shit. Yo, they were on that chopping block and they were like, oh shit, they got the light. Ugh. Yeah, just run that light back. Like, how do we do it? Man, just have Tama and Solo arguing and then have him jacket. Like, all right, cool, I guess. I don't know. Zine, no, stop it. Oh, Alex said, rumored by who? Matt said Fightful, even though we read Ringside News and they were crediting it to bodyslam.net. New list out. He said, check my phone. Cultaholic is reporting Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, the Motor City Machine Guns, Kyrie Sane, Apollo Crews, Santo Escobar are all believed to be part of the WWE departures. Wow. We can't. All right. This is it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You know what? I promise you guys, I will stay an hour at least after the show. In fact, if anybody out there can help me with the capture card and fucking setting it up, I mean, I know how it's supposed to work. I just, things don't always work the way they're supposed to, right? Anybody out there who's got a specialty in it or at least understands it better than I do, please jump on. Please help me out. But we got work to do. Remember, I'm covering SmackDown for fightsatw.com. That's fightsaroundtheworld.com. You can put fightsatw.com in your address bar on your phone or your computer or whatever the fuck, and go there and make it your one-stop shop for all combat sports needs. Now, you know your boy does the recaps for Raw and SmackDown, and did the WrestleMania stuff. Had a big WrestleMania weekend. A lot of posts out there you could go back and check. I put out like my best celebrity appearances in Mania. I put out my top gimmick matches created by Mania. I did my top segments as well. I love this time of year because you can go back and reminisce. I got to go on Netflix and watch Macho Man Randy Savage and his wedding with Miss Elizabeth at SummerSlam, which, you know, ironically was also the SummerSlam that Bret Hart stole with Mr. Perfect, because literally nothing else good happened on that wrestling wise, because obviously Macho Man Miss Elizabeth was banging. I don't mean they were banging because it was a wedding. Stop, dude. Why you make that joke for? I meant like it was a dope ass segment, but you're over here like, oh, they were banging because it was their wedding night. Nah, I didn't say that, champ. You thought it. Dog, Zelina Alistair is crazy when you think about the fact that Alistair Black was a sneeze and a fart away from being part of a major angle in WWE. You could argue that Nick Khan got his ass cut, or not Nick Khan, Ari Emanuel got his ass fired, because if they wouldn't have meddled and they wouldn't have put Pat in there, then he would have been the person that was calling Orton the whole time. And then they would have had to use Alistair Black. Bro, Alistair Black was this close to being one of a dozen other people in the world title match at WrestleMania. Do you remember when before we were getting Cody and Orton, we were doing fucking a battle royal for the title? I know y'all remember that. Stop playing there. Stop playing there. Yo, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Oh man, I hate that we didn't have time to get into the TKO stuff, but we will. We will, I promise. Wait, what? No, stop. Do. Screen sharing was canceled. Oh, all right. I'm gonna call my niece. I'm gonna call my niece and tell her. Let's see what she says. Your call has been full. Little asshole. Alistair was going to win the Royal Rumble, but Vince switched it to Drew in 2020. Hey. Okay. Can you hear me? You're on live with me real quick. Hey, I got to tell you something. Okay. What's up? The WWE releases just came out. Mm-hmm. Are you ready to hear them? Yeah. The Wyatt Six, they're all gone. Every single one of them. Nikki, Cross, yep. Everybody's gone from there. Kairi Sane is cut. Alistair Black is cut. Zelina Vega is cut. The Motor City Machine Guns are cut. And of course, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, and Dexter Lumis were all part of the thing. Let me see. Who else was it? Did I miss somebody? I know I did. Hold up. So they just use Brave for cloud, basically. Oh, Santos Escobar. Oh, hell no. Apollo Crews. And that's it for now. What do you think? That's actually insane. The Wyatt Six, like, bro, that's crazy, right? And those like they just were all like doing this. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, I'm about to tap in for Wingstop right now. You're picking up your thing? My last track, and they're like refusing to give it to me right now. Why? Because they're saying we're busy right now. Come back later. Nah, tell them that you want your check Or
I told her I came, so I left. I called Mimi and she was like, "Go back in." So I came back in and I was like, "I'm not gonna be able to come back. Like, I need my check." She went to talk to the boss. Now we're just waiting.
so tell them that they have two choices. One, they can give it to you now, or two, I can go over there and pick it up. And you can tell them that please to give it to you, because if I have to go and pick it up, I'm fucking
You're gonna bitch them out.
I'm gonna bitch them out. And or tell them that I saw a roach in all the food. I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet.
You're gonna talk about the roaching?
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I'll say, hey, I know that you've been telling the customers, talking about your thoughts on Israel Palestine. So you know what? I'm gonna tell corporate. So you let them know that they can do it now easy, or do it with me. Wait, nope. Pause. All right. Love you. Call me later. Bye. She quit her job from Wingstop. She said it was just too much. They were trying to like make her an assistant manager. She hasn't even graduated high school. It's like, Jesus, you know, the Wingstop shit is fucking terrible if they can't even get kids to fucking chill. uh, uh, uh. All right, guys. SmackDown has started. We're a little behind, but we'll catch up on the replay. I mean, on the commercial breaks. Uh, then, now, forever. All right, we could skip the WrestleMania shit. Let's see. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, I forgot they were in Fort Worth. Damn, they got to go from Fort Worth to Laredo? That's crazy. Oh, no, it's Raw and SmackDown. My bad. Never mind. Oh, shit. All right. We good there. Uh-oh. Bro, they said Cody is leaving WWE for Hollywood. That's why he looks like that, because he's going out for the role of Clayface Part 2 in Clayface Part 2. Y'all make terrible jokes. He said, I expected at least one shocking release, but I'm actually pissed about the Alistair and Zelina. They were doing great media interviews last week. It's funny, right, Alex? It's like every year they have to like break our hearts with somebody after Mania. Wasn't it? Who was it last year? Wasn't it? It was Cross, right? Uh, what the fuck? Is that a gingerbread man? Why is Lil Yachty still there? I'm not gonna lie, the Danhausen, it's a little hokey. It's a little hokey. He cursed Stephen A. I didn't even know that. Multiple call ups tonight. Matt's predicting multiple call ups tonight. Yeah, dude, I was pissed, bro. I told my cousin, dude, my edge up got taken back. Please, I'm letting it grow, so make sure you don't touch it. Bro, he started cutting it with the scissors and shit. I was like, damn. I mean, he did a fire job, but like this shit was already growing in, bro. Now I gotta wait all over again. Like that was like weeks of fucking hair growth. And I told him to pick this up too, but that's not a big deal. Solo is missing a big ass Samoan, ain't they? They should just let Jacob use his music for his entrance. Are they saying TKO Zufa? Man. Hey, y'all want to chill with me on Twitch tomorrow playing golf? I gotta my boy Rob said somebody dropped out for tomorrow morning. So 11:05, I could go live probably like 10:30 or like maybe 10:15 heading over there. And then maybe do the front nine. Or I could go live over there and do the back nine. So we're back to the bloodline thing again. What the hell, Matt? Did you not watch Raw? Yeah, that was the bloodline reuniting. You remember when Roman went, "Come on, dogs." Remember that? Remember when he dog walked Jay and Jimmy to the ring like they were two obedient Shih Tzus? That was the reuniting of the bloodline angle, just so you know. Jacob, you're just not ready. Jacob, you murdered 4 people. Jacob, can you please leave my son alone? I know he owes you $100, but he's my last son. You've killed all the others. Bro, you got tidy whities on your head. That's what I would say. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No one asked for Jimmy Uso's ass to come out. Well, at least we have to run back a yeet session, right? Hey, last night I was I was watching Euphoria and I had myself a yeet session. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. My wife is gonna be pissed if she heard that I made that joke. Nah, fuck that. When she hears on business. So they're saying last on Monday when Jacob challenged Roman, he had a fire ass promo. He said, "I need that watch you got. I need the money you make. I need to put my kids in the kind of schools you put your kids in." It was fire. Listen, if you don't come from a family like I have experience with families in which they're split or seemingly split by sides of income, right? So it's like you have the more blue collar side of the family, and then you have like the elitist, like more rich side of the family. And usually one resents the other pretty heavily, you know. But I will say that in my experience, it's oftentimes the wealthier side that actually resents the other side, because like the wealthier side, they're never as close. I'm not saying they're not close, but it's like when you're poor, like damn, bro, we will always be in the same rooms. It was like 2 places to be in the house if you weren't taking a shit, and if you were taking a piss, you better get the fuck up out of there. Shit, if you were taking a shit, you better get the fuck up out of there. So I could vibe with this narrative, right? The like blue collar family member. Ooh, he said you opened your mouth. What does that mean? Heat. The MFT shirt would look so dope if Solo wasn't in the middle of it. Yo, Tama Tonga, bro. Yo, he look big mad right now. Damn, dude. It's like, what you mean wasting our time? When have we been wasting our time before? I can't mention it because the Wyatt 6 are cut. I think it was fucked up that they cut the Motor City Machine Guns, by the way. I'm gonna be honest with that. Oh, I didn't even notice that shit. Bro, where's Tall Ass Tonga? Isn't that his name? Tall Ass Tonga? That's his name, right? Tall Ass Tonga? Wait, what did he say? Wait, what? I missed it. What did he say? Oh, that's what it was. The hell he did beat Solo. What the fuck? That don't make no sense. Alex said the Bloodline storyline will save this company this year. Man, champ, if there was one program, sure. If it was one night SummerSlam, sure. But I don't think it's gonna be enough, champ. I really don't. But at the end of the day, I am happy to have the Bloodline storyline back. Do we get Roman versus The Rock before or after 2030? I think before. I would say by like 2028, 2029. What would WrestleMania 50 be? Because we were on 42. That's 8 years. Nah, fuck that. Maybe WrestleMania 45? Yo, by WrestleMania 50, hey, check this out. Listen to this. By WrestleMania 50, Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, Triple H, no breaks. He says the five because when you drive all gas, no brakes, at some point you go five. You know the sound bite, the viral sound bite. Five. Is that what he's saying when he does that? Yeah, Tala Tonga ain't on the match graphic either. Ooh. They said you too Tala Tonga. We don't need this Tala Tonga. We need they said we don't need this tall of a Tonga. Oh, they got the cowboy hats in the background. You know they're in Fort Worth. Bro, I forgot about the US title, bro. Julia ain't done shit. I mean, I'm not saying she hasn't done shit. I'm saying they haven't done shit with her. Bro, it would be crazy to have cut Kiana though, considering how much they put her over at the Elimination Chamber and the Royal Rumble. One of them or both of them. Man, here's the thing though, guys. Okay. I know y'all, if y'all were as happy as I was on Monday when Jacob Fatu came down to be the next guy, then we're there. We're there together. Okay. We're there together. However, though, I have to make it very, very clear here. If they think that Jacob Fatu solo is enough star power as like a main event, I think they might be overvaluing Jacob Fatu at this point a little bit much. Now, I'm not saying that his ceiling isn't incredibly high and very potentially advantageous or marketable, I should say. I'm not saying that. Bro, speaking of people that fell off, yo, that Tiffany Stratton, that was crazy. Like, it was her year last year, basically. And then the next year, it's like, nah, you're gone. She wasn't even on the Mania. What a weird place for this match, too, to open up the segment. Oh, are we gonna get a call up here to face her? Oh, there they are. They're the kids. Wait, what are they? Yeah, they booked it. Jacob Fatu solo. Yep, Matt was right. Tall ass Tonga ain't on it. Tall ass Tonga ain't there. The tallest Tonga. Is that what his name is, right? The tallest Tonga. Taller Tonga. So you could know that of all the Tongas, he was the tallest one. Jacob Fatu versus Solo Bloodline Rules SmackDown main event suffices. Oh, I didn't hear. Thank you. I didn't hear it was a Bloodline Rules. Yeah, okay. Then I'll fuck with it. Yeah, I didn't hear it was Bloodline Rules. I'll fuck with it. I mean, here's the thing though. It's not like I still don't even. Here's the thing. That is a very fine SmackDown main event. Dare I say, better than average. But remember, we are on a SmackDown after Mania. Now, I know it's not the same kind of show as the Raw after Mania. I mean, Raw after Mania is not even the same show as Raw after Mania, you know? But SmackDown after Mania is still one of the bigger shows. Like, if you put like a top 10 pound for pound biggest SmackDowns of the year, like the first SmackDown of the year is obviously on there. The show before WrestleMania is probably the number one, and this is probably like at least top 5, maybe even top 3 shit. But you're right, Alex, though. Having it be Bloodline Rules, that works. Man, I can't believe. I wonder how hard they're gonna go with this, because he just fought Drew McIntyre not even a week ago yet. It hasn't even been a week since they had that match, which was a little disappointing too, because we had seen so many really good Drew McIntyre, like not post-Mania, like like the Punk match, the Hell in the Cell. Like, man, he went there with what's his name? Oh shit. What do you think? They put it on Tiffany here? Let me catch up. We're TV and TV. We're TV and TV. Bro, I can't believe still they cut Aleister Black. Listen, guys, I'm gonna open up the lines here closer to the end of SmackDown. And y'all could tap in. Let me know what y'all think about the cuts. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just open it up. You gotta go to you gotta go to the YouTube channel if you want on. If you go to YouTube, go to Infighting FX, hit the sub, and then go to the live that I have posted, and Okay, I'll put in the Twitch too. So it's YouTube and Twitch. You can go to either or. Infighting FX. Please, 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 please. Hit the sub. But you can go there, and if you want to join the show, it's there. I'll open it up in X and IG in a little bit. Oh, I'm off IG. I forgot. Damn it. Am I off IG? Kins, if you're there, can you check and see if I'm still live on IG? Or you know what? I'll just do it. Never mind. Alex said Jacob fought. Oh, Sterling going to lay on Zala for 25 minutes tomorrow. Yeah, probably. I'm gonna say probably. But the card's actually pretty good. I want to see. Is it Rafa? Right, Garcia. I want to see Rafa Garcia and Hernandez. That's a very, very well booked match. Oh shit, I missed it. What'd she do? I hope they show the replay. That's a very good matchmaking. I want to see Montel Jackson. Nice. Sort of a backflip into a Stone Cold stunner. Yo, I can't, damn it, yo. Oh, Lucha Underground's coming back. I think you've got to pull the title off of her, honestly. And this is the problem, guys. See, I was ready for that Stratton cash in. But what should have happened is she should have immediately lost it back to Nia Jax, because it's like you're going to put a mid card strap on her after she won the title. Like, I don't know. It's one thing when you're already an established act like Becky Lynch, who is putting themselves in a position to elevate the IC title, right? Or even Roman Reigns, CM Punk. Like Roman Reigns, CM Punk, that could have been the world title match, right? But that was bigger than the world title. So they said, hey, let us elevate the heavyweight title. And that's what they did. The hell? That should have been the finish. Oh, nice. She didn't plant, though. What the fuck? Oh, that was nice. I mean, she gave it up, or the cameraman let her give it up. Damn. That's a dope ass. Turn it over and then try to pin her with it. There you go. There you go. 1, 2. That was a fucking 3. Wasn't that a 3? Am I tripping? God, I hate this. I hate watching on this because the Apple remote's so sensitive. All right, never mind. It looked like a 3 count to me. If y'all did y'all see that shit? It looked like a 3 count to me. I didn't see who jumped on. Whoever jumped on, you gotta wait till I put you on live. You gotta sit there in the green room. I can't see like right away. Alabama, Arkansas. I do love my ma and pa. Not as much as I love Tiff's, but what the hell? That was weird, dude. Stop. That was weird. Chill with that shit. Tiffany Stratton won. Tiffany Stratton won. Tiffany Stratton. Damn it. Tiffany Stratton. Not the way that I do love you. Alabama, Arkansas. I do love my ma and pa. Dude, I've had this thing forever. It's like you put it on your phone like this, right? With like a pop socket, and then you like hang it, clip it on your computer, and it's like technology from like a decade ago. I don't know why I hang on to it. It's like everything has a clip for it now. And this comes off. So that's cool. I never know what's metal in my in my office. Hey Alex, what matches are you what matches are you looking forward to tomorrow? Give us some of that B-side shit. You know what I mean? The co-main event's pretty good too, by the way. Jocelyn Edwards, she's I think she's capable of an exciting fight for sure. Obviously. And uh I think they're even enough that we will get a fun fight. Oh, they're pumping up Danhausen. Literally no reason this match couldn't have happened at WrestleMania. Gosh, good point, Alex. I did not consider that. And that would have been a much bigger. I guess, though, you could argue that it's weird for her to have. No, but she didn't win the title. She was the champion. I was going to say it's weird for her to win the title and then come back the next year and win the mid-card title. But that's not even what happened. Oof. Yo, remember how hard Cole hit the M word on WrestleMania? It was like, he's got a bunch of mix. I didn't say it. You said it. Gerald Miller fighting an undefeated Cuban tomorrow. 50-pound difference. Yeah, we'll be watching Pedal and Big Baby. We'll be watching. We'll probably be live, actually. What time is do you know what time the fight is, Alex? If not, I'll check. Bro, if I was Big Baby, I would come with a hair crown, like just like a crown, like a king's crown, but it's got like it's all hair. You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't know who he was or who Jarrell Big Baby Miller is. Yo, by the way, did y'all see Seth Rollins kind of bury Braun Breaker a little bit? Talking about he's still green. He hasn't learned how to like his own strength and speed and shit. I don't know if y'all saw that. Alabama, Arkansas. I do love my mom. Dude, where is this thing? Did I delete it? What the hell is this? Hello? What? Well, then tell her that just go in there and say, hey, I'm gonna leave, but one more time I just want to let them know, because if not, my uncle's gonna come and he's just a person who will say something. Just say it like that. Just say, I'm doing it for y'all. I don't want my uncle to have to come pick it up. He's a very talkative man and he will voice his concern. So I'm trying to save y'all from him coming. Yes. Listen, you go and you tell him directly, say, I'm going to leave, But I just want to give her one last chance to give me the check, because if not, my uncle's going to come. And I'm just telling y'all that he is a guy who doesn't shut the fuck up. All right, go for it. And if they give you any shit, just leave and I'll go and I'll get it. And trust me, they fuck around, find out with me. Yeah. Okay. Love you. Bye. My niece, I told y'all she quit at Wingstop, and now they're trying not to give her last check. They're pissed off at her because she quit, and they were trying to give her a raise. They were trying to make her like assistant manager, crazy shit. And so now she went back for her last check, which was supposed to get last week, and now they're saying we're too busy. And it's like, bitch, go get that fucking check, because if I have to go, because I live right next to Wingstop, if I have to go, bro, I'll fucking crash out, bro. Nope. Bro, I'll be like, yo, I was in line and I heard y'all talking about Gaza. Stop it, bro. I'll tell the fucking friend. I don't give a fuck. You don't think I give a fuck, bro? This is what good uncles are for, or supposed to be for. We're supposed to be the people that unfairly harass other people that are harassing our nieces and nephews. I mean, if not, what am I a Theo for? What is my job if that's not it? It's like the vice president. I'm just not supposed to be doing shit. Like, come on. Masters of the Universe looks good, but it looks a little too video gamey for me. Beto just needs to keep the jab for majority of the rounds and not get smothered. Probably starts at 8 p.m. I thought it was in, where is it? Where's the fight? I thought it was in, oh shit, it's in Vegas. Holy shit, I didn't even know. I thought it was on the East Coast. I was going to say, that's an early ass start time. I mean, a late ass start time. Damn. All right. So 8 o'clock, like Eastern, probably. Let me just look. Alex said, bro, going to get the cops called on him for disturbing the peace. Bro, here's the thing. If I'm disturbing the peace because you're trying to punish somebody by not giving them the money that they earn, then yeah, I'm just gonna here's the thing. I don't even gotta disturb the peace. Like, I'll just go in there, be calm as shit, always knowing that I'm gonna be the one calling and ordering like 20 fucking wings every fucking 5 hours and not going and picking them bitches up. Like, you can chill, bro. My niece went in there and worked on weekends that she wasn't even scheduled. They just called her. That's why they wanted her to keep her, because she actually showed up to work, unlike most of the girls that are pretty, young that work there. And she was younger than a lot of them too. So they were like, oh, maybe this is a person that'll stay, during college, will help with their college. Like, she thought she had one. She thought she had herself a good one, bro. But that ain't what time it is with someone in high school. At least I don't think so. I mean, oh, that's what I was gonna say about the match. Okay, so I went back and hello. Okay, well, I got it. Don't worry. Of course, no problem. I got you. Okay, bye. So, come here real quick. So, Kins went and waited there an hour for them to get. God damn it! Yes, Mackenzie. What's up? Just, you got to text me though. Okay, text me the names. Okay, just text me. Bye. She waited an hour. God damn this fucking thing. She waited an hour to get her check, and that she was supposed to get last week. So her friend took her because her friend also quit. So they were both picking up their checks. And the manager said, tell him it's too busy, that I can't give it to him right now. It's like a piece of paper. So she was waiting an hour. She's like, what do I do? I said, you can go in there and tell them I am asking for y'all's benefit because my uncle said he's going to come pick it up. And if he does, then he is, not going to make things easy on anybody. So they said no. So I said, fine, I'll go pick it up. So I'm gonna go pick it up. Should I bring the chat with me? Do y'all want to see me bitch up? Why not? My wife doesn't think I should bring y'all. We'll see. What a weird place to do the interview on the side. If you got to shut it down early, brother, do your thing. We'll understand. Nah, I gotta still cover SmackDown anyway. Hell, Brie Bella is one half of the. Oh, they're gonna do both of their. Got it. Oh shit, for real? Zelina's on Twitch right now, and she's saying that she's not in pieces, but she's a bit surprised. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Zelina, it always bothered me when she came back because, like, they cut her and she was like, "Oh, the wrestling business is shit. Like that, we don't get nothing. Like, we don't have no benefits. Like." So she started talking to some person from Hollywood that helped create unions in the entertainment business, and she was like, the next my only goal is getting a union in wrestling. That's the next goal. That's my championship. Yo, it was like a month later, they were like, hey, come back, but you got to shut all that union shit down. She's like, yep, let's go. We're in. That bothered me. I'm not going to lie. Not even because I thought, like, let's be honest, she's not going to start a union, but it was just like, damn, you just were doing anything to stay in that clout circle, huh? I was like a mix of booze and cheers. Weird. It's weird how Paige's plastic surgery has like calmed down and she looks a little more like she used to. Actually, a lot more. She actually looked really bad before. No. I feel you. Yeah, she represented the Puerto Rico heavy. And the thing is when she came back, she really put on. That was during that whole run where they did the Puerto Rico PLE or whatever. But yeah, no. And then the LWO. I'm not saying that. Like it's like she was worth cheering for, and she's good, and she did great work. And she's good on the mic. She's good in the ring. Alistair's like one of my favorite wrestlers of all time since the Black and Gold brand. So I'm not happy that they got cut. I'm not happy that we didn't get to really see what they could do at a higher level. Or like up in the card. I mean, at a higher level on the card. But I will say this though. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't. I feel like this era of, when they cut R-Truth, bro, we saw nobody is safe. That nostalgia act for the rest of them dudes, and we know Triple H was like, fuck it, right? It's one thing if TKO comes in and like, yo, we got to make some tough decisions, bro. Like, who is not on TV? Who are we paying just to come and eat catering? I was surprised by the Escobar one because his brother just had a match in AAA. I wonder if AAA signs him. I mean, can it work that way? Like, or you're still signed to WWE? Wouldn't they have just moved you? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't understand unless they said, hey, you could go to AAA and start being a regular there. And he's like, nah, I don't want to. And then he left. Maybe, who knows? I don't want to speculate. The queen has arrived. Dude, did y'all see that crazy Ric Flair story? Hello? After SmackDown, yeah. Okay. No, I know. Yeah, she told me everything, mom. Yeah, she called me and told me. So I told her I was gonna go. No, no, I don't. I heard that. Yeah, I'm live and working and covering SmackDown. So as soon as I'm done with that, then I was gonna head over. Okay. Okay. Yep. Bye. No problem. Oh my God. Hello. No, I have SmackDown. I cover it every week. I have to cover it before I leave. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Bye. My family is crazy. Alex said, I saw Paige on Stephanie's podcast and she went in depth on the tape controversy and she said it was the drugs. What? She almost died. I really felt bad for her. Good to see her bounce. Wait a minute. What does that mean? It was the drugs. Like, as in, she wasn't complying? That's not what she was saying. I mean, there's no way WWE would have put that out, right? What does that mean, though? What is the drug? It was the drugs. What does that mean? And what drugs? Like, are you just downing X? Because if you're an athlete who, I mean, you could have given yourself a fucking heart attack doing that shit. But like, what drugs are you taking that are just like, oh, I'm horned up all the time? But an addict to what though? And also, I don't know. Look, I don't want to talk shit. That doesn't comply for me. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean. You know what? I don't want to be mean. I just listen. It's okay to fuck. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that's wrong. I don't like what she did wasn't wrong. What was wrong was some fucking asshole leaked it, right? At the same time, I mean, you can't unsee certain things in your mind, you know. This is an okay match. It would be crazy if they just like took the titles back from them. But yeah, I'm glad Paige is back. Honestly, I think her AW run was just like not even worth mentioning. Honestly, she seems more herself in WWE. Did you see that The Rock wants to make her movie a musical? An actual musical. He wants to turn her movie, Wrestling with Family, I think it was called. We went to go see it in theaters. Um, yeah, they want to make it into a musical. The Rock wants to produce it as a musical, which that's cool. I would watch it. Is it emanates or emanates? Emanates, right? No, definitely not. Oh, yeah, it's just not an I. Bro, are the Usos still tag team champions? They are, right? Are they? The hell was that? That was weird. JC Jane with the call up. What's going on? It's a WrestleMania call up. That's what it is. Like, what do you mean? What's going on? Bro, they told him to get JC Jane's name over. What, bro? Nah, chill, dog. Zelina Vega is mad that Sean Ross Sapp, the reporter who owes her nothing, was mad that he didn't what do his job. He got a scoop. He went with it. Like, it would be one thing if she didn't know she was cut, right? But you're mad because you wanted to be able to do the announcement on Skype, I mean, on Twitch, coming back, like, with that whole narrative and to your community. Like, that's all. That's all you wanted. Like, and by the way, everybody that doesn't watch I'm looking at her Twitch now. She's got the biggest number she's gotten in a really long time before she got cut down. Like, stop it. I mean, you could say partly that's because she's been on TV and with WWE, but bro, stop it right now. Like, that's a crazy take to assume that a journalist should call. That's like hearing that, like, the guy who unalived Charlie Kirk, that's like finding out that it was someone else, like, for a fact, and like you're like, oh yeah, I just want to call the FBI to make sure. I mean, you could check with a source, champ, but if you got your note, you're running with that. He got it confirmed. Zelina's gone. That's news now. I'm sorry, it is. So many people would be interested to know that. To say like, oh, you should have saved that for me to break. For what? For who? You're not a journalist, bro. Like, you trying to make this sound like as if you're not part of a whole economy, like a whole news economy. Like, you're not part of that. You're absolutely part of a news economy, and you have to understand that just because your economic value is represented in a certain way, journalists aren't, beholden to your very, very selfish demand. It's a selfish demand. Let me be the one to tell everybody I'm cut. For what? For would WWE do that? Would they be able to like, oh yeah, we're gonna tell it, you go ahead and take the narrative. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna show that with y'all, bro. I'm gonna show that with y'all. Hey, if you're watching and you haven't hit the sub or the follow, please do so. We're trying to rebuild the channel back in every way possible. And if you're on X, you can go to YouTube or Twitch, Infighting FX, Infighting Exchange, spell Infighting FX on all platforms. All right, so do it, and then you ain't got to do it again. Yeah, Royce Keys on fucking Raw in the front row, like he bought himself a ticket and shit. I don't know if that really helps anything. Matt, Alex is there. My bad. Alex, hold up. Let me just read your thing. I can understand.
Yo, what's up?
If someone breaks the news to the world, you fired from a human sense. Oh yeah, I guess. What's going on, Champers? What you doing? Alex, you there?
Man, I'm just chilling.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So,
can you hear me?
So real quick, yeah, you sound perfect, champ. So real quick, walk me through this. You think that it is wrong for Sean Ross or anybody really to not give the WWE figure the opportunity to break it themselves?
No. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with I don't feel like there's anything wrong with how she feels about it. I can understand being annoyed by it.
Got it. So while you understand this is the nature of the biz, you can you know what, dude? I rock with that, Alex. I appreciate you on that one because you're showing me that I'm just being one track minded. And maybe because I am a journalist and I've been doing this job for a long time, and I've had people come to me after a story's broke, like, come on, dude, why did you do that? Like, knowing that everything was on record, knowing that this is from an interview you gave on a podcast, and coming at me like, hey, why did you report this thing that's already out there? And I'm like, dude, what? But the annoyance level, the human being level of it, I get that, right? Because here she is, now she's cut from the company. She's probably worried about money, right? She's probably worried, not worried, but she's thinking about her next steps, right? And clearly she has the ability to make her own income. And here's the perfect narrative for you to relaunch that campaign, right? Especially because it's such an anti-WWE campaign. And then boom, you get it. So yeah, you know what, dude? I appreciate you saying it the way you did. I really do.
Yeah.
What do you think about the cuts, champ? Which one hurts the most?
The Alistair and Zelina hurts the most. Right there.
Me too.
But
I think me too. Alistair,
the Wyatt 6 going, it kind of like, it reminds me of the hurt from Bray Wyatt being gone. And it's kind of like I was hoping Bo would elevate his legacy. But
understood.
Yeah.
And I think they did, though, Alex. I think they really did. At the end of the day, there was nothing like that first debut. That debut, in my opinion, will go down as one of the best segments on WWE TV this decade. I think when you look back at all the 2020s, you will remember fondly. It was dude. It was like Sam Raimi. It was like they told Sam Raimi to direct that segment at the end of Raw with the Wyatt 6, and they said no limitations. The whole back area was like broken and bloody. It was like he killed everyone in creative. Like Gorilla was just gone. And unfortunately, there was no explanation or anything afterwards. But what a debut, dude. What a debut.
It was a nice visual, but I would always have liked a Wyatt 6 versus Bloodline type of thing. I said that earlier. Like when Bray was alive, when he came back, I was like, him versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania would have been perfect and all of that. And like even with Bo Dallas and Roman Reigns in the same ring, you could get that over. But hey,
I thought so too. Like they could have. Here's the other part of it. Like, man, you didn't do anything with John Cena. Like nothing. Like it could have even been like a return to the Firefly Funhouse, and Uncle Howdy knows that the key's under the mat, or some narrative that you get there with. I don't know. It sucks because if they knew they were going to cut them, then I wish they would have at least given us like some sort of angle that doesn't have to write them off, but like that we can like tip our hats to. You know what I'm saying? Like Aleister Black and Zelina Vega is weird because they had creative and they were just a month and a half ago or 2 months ago or whatever it was, part of this huge potential moment. Oh shit, here's Cody. Does the Motor City Machine Guns bother you at all, Alex?
No, they were both in their 40s. I'll replace them with I'll replace them with Swipe Right.
Wow, champ. Oh, you know what? Actually, don't mind that. But the only thing I mind is the old comment because, some of us are getting to that 40 mark.
Oh, yeah. And like I said earlier, the real reason I came on is that Nick Khan mogged Oscar De La Hoya.
So bad, dude.
Yesterday,
it was so bad. Listen, we're going to talk about it as soon as SmackDown's over. And you're absolutely right, bro. Oscar De La Hoya, I mean, oh, wow. It's like he didn't even prepare. I mean, and that's because there were moments that Oscar could have gotten Nick back, right? Like Nick brought up the belts or somebody brought up the belts and Nick's like, yeah, the belts. And then Oscar's like, well, the belts. And it's like, dude, why don't you say that's what TKO wants? They want to make more belts. What do you mean? Like moments where he could have turned the tables. He just sat there and sounded like a moron. Like if
I think that's a misconception.
Be like an IG.
I think that's a misconception. I don't think Zuffa, by introducing their own belt within their own universe, is adding a belt into the continuity of the current system.
How is it not, though?
Because when the bill passes, Zuffa and TKO are gonna make Zuffa so big that it will devalue all the rest of the sanctioning bodies the way, like, say, nobody holds the one championships heavyweight title as high as the UFC's heavyweight title, or the PFL heavyweight champion is not held as in as big as regard as the UFC heavyweight champion. I think
Absolutely.
that's going to be Zuffa's goal.
So I absolutely understand your MMA metaphor, and I definitely think it computes from that scenario. Here's why I don't think it computes in this scenario, right? There is no opportunities to have a like UFC versus one championship or Bellator, like whatever, right? The UFC, either you fight in the UFC or you don't fight at all. And we saw them draw hard lines on major fights that involved guys like what's his name? What was the Russian's name? That we wanted to fight Brock Lesnar. What was his name?
Fedor.
Fedor. Thank you. So like in that regard, you're absolutely right. But the problem is right now, the best cruiserweight in the world holds another title, and it's the Zuffa belt. So if you want to be the best cruiserweight in the world, boxing fans like us, we know you need that ring belt right now from him. But that's not what casual fans are going to understand, because right now, casual fans, they know that there's too many titles in boxing, but they don't know the names. They don't know any of that. All I'm saying is you're introducing another title because it will be part of the lore of boxing. If you could only keep it in Zuffa, that would be great. But we already see examples where that's not going to be allowed to happen. If you're going to get Conor Benn into a major fight, then it's going to have to be outside of the parameters of Zuffa, right? So when you have these Netflix shows and you have these like joint DAZN shows and stuff like that, here's the problem. I think you could be right, and I think that's where all this heads to, Zuffa having the only belt. The problem is, though, is they couldn't do it right away. It would take years for the continuity to belong to them, and until then, the green belt will always represent something more. You know what I mean? And for the rest of us hardcore boxing fans, like I forgot who said it online. Somebody said it online. They said MMA fans are not as aware of the corruption that goes on in MMA as a whole, not UFC, MMA as a whole, than there are boxing fans. Because MMA fans, they're cyclical a lot of times, right? So you become an MMA fan, you really like the sport, then eventually things start to bother you, and as a casual fan, you leave. You don't come back. Hardcore boxing fans are masochists, okay? Dude, you know how many people I know that have known boxing's been broken for the last 2 decades and watch it anyway, and reluctantly they fucking hate boxing. They hate Matchroom. They hate PBC. They hate Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy and Top Rank. They hate the establishment, but they also know that it's a situation where it's like that they're gonna get what they get, right?
When Zuffa is putting out 40 events a year starting either next year or 2028, things are going to get very overwhelming for the other promotions. And I think there's a lot of I read a lot of Reddit and I read a lot of YouTube,
as do I,
comments. There's a lot of like Dana derangement syndrome among like boxing fans. Like, I hate Dana. I don't support anything Dana supports. They're gonna come around soon when they realize that that machine is just really, really
those people will follow the
well
boxers.
running.
Those people will follow the boxers at the end of the day.
And
Look,
hold on. I haven't heard you mention this today. Have you heard the rumor? It could be complete bullcrap, but have you heard the big rumor today with Zuffa and their big signing for a fight?
No.
There's a rumor that they have signed a deal between Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson at 147 this year.
No way.
It could be, yeah, it could be not true, but that's what I heard, and a lot of people heard that. You can
there are many places on Reddit, which you probably know, that are set up as places for team members to go and leak stuff. People will famously know that Wilder's brother tried to leak something on Reddit during the Fury lead up, that he tried to hide behind another account. He was ultimately exposed. We saw the same thing with Haney's little brother trying to hide stuff on another place as a different name. All I'm saying is that Reddit is actually a surprisingly valid place to get information. However, from what I know about the direction that they're trying to take Shakur next and the offers that Haney's gotten, man, it would be a major blow up of fights for this one to have happened. And or somebody with money came along and said, and we know who that would have been, came along and said, nah, y'all ain't doing shit next, but fighting each other. There's the bag. But yeah, man, that would be crazy. And look, oh man, see, I didn't read this. I swear to God, I just clicked on it. And so from one of my favorite boxing underground spots, they said, while the Shakur Haney reports as of April 26 suggests a high stakes showdown between WBC lightweight champion Shakur and WBO welterweight champion Devin Haney, it must be considered that the following would have to be after the collapse of other rumored matchups. So that's literally what I just said. And that's true. That's true. So it's not that I don't believe it because they don't have the money to make it. It's not that I don't believe it because I think both parties or one of them's ducking. Not at all. I didn't believe it because I had already heard of 3 fighters that were on Haney's list and none of them were Shakur. None of them. So, but I'm not saying it's not. I would love it. I'm hoping you're right. What do you think about that fight?
Well, it's the best fight in boxing to me. Like, I would love that fight. But I think it would be enough said if Zuffa just announced they've signed Devin Haney. Even if it's for one fight. Just have an Instagram post and a short 10-second video of Bill Haney shaking Dana White's hand.
It would be here's the thing. It would make here's why it would make more sense, right? I mean, yeah, that's part of it, but I just the boxing's a world sport so big that I don't think there's any one fighter that could like if Liv were to let's say Liv happened like 30 years ago and like Tiger Woods and Nicholson and Sergio and all them went, then yes, I think Liv could have absolutely fucking blow them out of the water. Let's say they started a new version of football, right? Another league, and Patrick Mahomes goes over. I don't think the NFL is going to collapse, but if enough like Patrick Mahomes and the quarterback from the Bills, everybody starts going to stars, it would have a big deal. So in this kind of sense, you're right, it would be a big deal, but the bigger deal to me, the bigger play at hand, the real chess move is you're starting to surround Ryan Garcia. See, if you're Zuffa and TKO or whatever, Dana, Nick Khan, whoever the fuck's running the show, you know that the likelihood you're able to get Ryan Garcia, right, like soon is very unlikely unless you're going to do business with, Oscar. And at this point, Oscar seems to be the number one voice against it. I can't see him helping out in any way. I don't know how big the bag would have to be for him to forgo that fight. But ultimately, if you get all the other fighters around Ryan, you put him in a position where he has no choice but to fight under that TKO banner. You have no choice but to have Oscar De La Hoya essentially bow down to whatever the money is, because you're sucking all the money out of the division, right? If you take 140 to 154 and you start to take every viable name that Ryan Garcia could make money with, that's how you get Ryan Garcia. When you have a timeline of 2.5, 3 years that you can't touch him, right? And X amount of fights that he is also a promoter of, the only way you get this done is if you build a wall, or not a wall. You build a wall around him so that he has nowhere else to go.
But it seems like Zuffa's plan. Zuffa is supposed to be a 5 to 10 year takeover plan.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like by the end of this year, they might be the number one boxing promotion. They're moving faster than even they thought they were gonna move. So
they would need to have one of the cash cows. So let's say, who are the cash cows of boxing right now? Tank,
but I don't think that's the thing. I think they have enough time and they have enough like young fighters that they could find their own homegrown star. You know,
Bro,
maybe
come
it's
on, but
not
that
Troy
takes
Nash.
way longer. That
Maybe
takes
it's
way longer than a couple years, bro. I don't even think that happens before 2020, before 2030. Like Troy Nash has about 5 years before he is a relevant commodity. Now, maybe he wins a title within the next couple of years, but the aspect of this has to be he gets somebody that can have transference, right? The Andre the Giant Hulk Hogan thing. You know, you pass the torch. We saw
and
it with De La
I'm
Hoya.
just
We saw it with
naming Troy
Mayweather. We saw
Nash
it with
as an
Pacquiao.
example.
No.
I'm
I
not
know. And I'm using him as an example too. And by the way, Troy Nash would be the person that I would have on the fastest trajectory at this point, based on talent, based on division he fights in. But right now, if you the landscape of boxing is spread so thin, worse than ever before. So you're right. It wouldn't be a lot for anyone to call themselves the number one, because it would just be, I mean, you're talking about like a very few separation, but to be what Zuffa boxing needs it to be, which is the UFC version of boxing, yeah, it's far from that. And I don't think that even 10 fighters, I don't think changes that, unless those fighters are Canelo, Tank, Jake Paul, AJ, you know, keep going down the list. Like, let's be real, one of the best fights in boxing, literally, you know, Nakatani and Inoue happening. Like, there's plenty of boxing happening outside of Zuffa, right? And that's going to
yes,
continue. That's
but
not going to stop.
when people talk about Inui, I think Japan is like a different like type of, I think it's its own dimension in boxing. It's its own like own
Entity,
isolated like place, you know,
sure,
as
but
far as
but
the
but the
systems.
dollars, but the dollars spend, and I'm not going to say we've seen anybody big go over there, but you know, he was able to get what's his name to go over there, you know, and beat him, and that was a situation
Fulton.
where, yeah, Fulton, thank you, where an American who was, you know, undefeated, you know, getting a really good push from PBC, had basically won that like unofficial tournament, like he had everything going for him, and he went over there, you know, because that money spends. I'm not saying Tank would, I'm not saying anyone else would. All I'm saying is that he is a viable commodity in a world of boxing where you're paying $30 pay-per-views for two guys you've never even heard of, and it's very tough for a young fighter to fight in front of a bunch of eyeballs, right? And so when you have that problem, Zuffa becomes a haven, right? Like, people that wouldn't be treated like major stars now are being treated like major stars right now by Zuffa. You know, so I don't think that, listen, there are people with Dana derangement syndrome, and a lot of those people are boxing fans that have been told that Dana was trying to take over trying to take over the sport by creating this alternative, right? And so his whole job was to try to wipe out boxing, which was never the case, right? So you're right, there is some Dana derangement syndrome, but there's also, to me, a very lack of trust. You know, TKO has their own lobbyist, and by the way, their political pack, that they donate to, the only people they donated to are the people that showed up at the fucking hearing. You know what I mean? Ted Cruz got money from TKO's pack. What's her
Yeah,
name?
but
Hold up, real quick. What's her name? Fuck. Who was it? Shit. Oh, Jackie Rosen from Nevada. She also got it. And Bernie Moreno, I haven't confirmed that, but those three are the only people that showed up to this meeting, and that's because they know it's all but done. This is it. It's over. There's no way this thing gets stopped. Now, it's
okay,
not
but
official because it
let
needs
me
to go to
ask this.
Senate, but
Let me
it's
ask
done.
this. What is Nico Walsh's gain here? Is he trying to like get signed with like Golden Boy after his fight in a few weeks, or is
I
he gonna
Listen,
like
I think what he represents is boxing's inability to defend themselves from this, right? Either boxing didn't understand how dangerous or important or cutthroat that this venture would be, which I highly doubt, or they were completely caught off guard because they were never existing in a state to which they could protect themselves. So what you saw was Oscar De La Hoya's desperation as Golden Boy flounders and verges on his way out, trying to keep the last remnants of the lights on. But for the rest of the top dogs, they didn't want to show their faces for some reason, right? Where was Eddie Hearn? Where was Bob Arum? Where was his staff of people? None of them were there. So instead, a conglomerate of interested parties from within boxing felt that Nico Ali Walsh's presence there would mean more to the panel, more to the Americans watching, because that's the namesake of the bill, right? The bill that was once called, what was it once called? It was once called the Muhammad Ali American Boxing Revival Act, or HR 4624. Is not the same act that it is today, right? And by the way, Ted Cruz said after the hearing that the bill that they bring to the Senate would be different than the one to the House. Again,
but that's what they said after the last. That's what they said after the last.
And it was true. They revised it. They revived it very little, but the more important thing is the words. You see, these lobbyists and these PACs, they pay the smartest kids that come out of college for these think tanks. And these think tanks, they say, hey, if you want Americans to be on the side of this, call it this. That's why the big, beautiful bill is now called the Hardworking Americans Act, or whatever the fuck it's called. This is all about narrative. It's all about changing the narrative. So the boxing coalition that represents today's strong arm against Zuffa and Dana and TKO sent Nico Ali Walsh out there to hopefully sway the public and the politicians from the sentimental point of view. You know, the problem is it doesn't work, right? Because Nico Ali Walsh doesn't truly represent a connection like the way Chavez Jr. would, right? So how many people that watched him said, wait, that's Muhammad Ali's grandson?
Than Lonnie Ali. I don't think he holds as much weight as Lonnie.
I don't know. That's tough. He's fought on ESPN champ, and he fought on real ESPN too. That's tough. I don't know. Certainly not more than
dude talks about his grandfather, and he never had a conversation with him.
Listen. I will tell you this though, and I know that you don't love that they used Ali's name to brander a more commercial appeal, but I will say this: Nico Ali Walsh did a 10 times better job than Oscar De La Hoya. I'm sorry, 10 times better. And I'm not saying that he had a big effect. I'm just saying Oscar did fucking terrible.
To say that, he brought this up out of the blue that
who's that?
Floyd didn't want to fight Manny Pacquiao for a few years because he just wanted to protect his which was a complete lie. Nico said that during
I didn't even hear him say that
during the hearing.
What was the point of that? What was the point he was making? Do you know?
I don't really know. But
yeah, that sounds weird to bring up. What a weird thing to bring up.
He was the one who brought that up, and it was like the reason Floyd didn't fight Manny was the drug testing negotiating. But
okay. Hold on. That is also a narrative. Here's from my point of view, covering the sport at that time, even though I was very inexperienced at that time, from my point of view, the money was never bigger than the money was. That night, just so you know, and I'm sure you remember this, Alex, the way that fight got done was because Bob Arum and Les Munez, who is the, president of CBS, a bunch of people went to a dinner, right? And this busboy or waiter, basically, he knew the other parties that eat there too, that were with Mayweather, and they had a dinner, and that sparked it. But what they said at that dinner was important. It was that this fight is peaked out to the point where the disinterest is coming back down. If we wait any more than a year, two, we're talking about millions upon millions upon millions in loss, right? So that fight was big enough to get. So the only point I could see Nico Ali Walsh making is that Mayweather Pacquiao under Zuffa may not happen, because the only reason it did happen was because the money was able to get to a certain point, but that's capped off under this new sort of situation, right? They're not going to make fights like that. Because they don't have to worry about another entity. Pacquiao belonged to HBO. Mayweather belonged to Showtime. It was such a complex deal, and the amount of money
it makes me laugh that Oscar yesterday he puts out a video because he says, "Oh, no clapback Thursday this week because I'm tired." But next week, I'm gonna have a fully edited video, fact checking everything. Nick
It's
Khan
like, why
said,
didn't you
"Bro,
show
you."
up ready for that? Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. That just pisses me off.
Yeah.
And what did Nick Khan say?
Nah, yeah. He's gonna like fact check everything Nick Khan said. It's like he already lost the game, so the man is panicked, man. I saw
I think
Eddie
he's been
Hearn. He
panicked.
was saying, I saw Eddie Hearn. He was like, "Oh, we're the best, the number one boxing promotion in the world. I'm not worried about a thing." He's panicking too. It's gonna get ugly really quick when this thing gets passed.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I agree. It's only a matter of time, and the next 5 years of boxing will be extremely interesting for sure. But thanks for bringing up the topic, by the way. Wow, they held on to the
Yeah.
tag
So
titles.
what, what do you think of how Fatal Influence looked?
I didn't think it was bad. I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was great commentary. Could only really get one of their names off properly, but that wasn't terrible. I thought we'd have a little more tonight as far as call ups.
Yeah, I wouldn't blow everything in 1 week.
That's true. They're doing Miz and Danhausen.
But yeah,
Damn, the Miz has a badass thing. No, what'd you say?
shout out to Stephanie's speech last week. It was almost an hour.
God, dude, I know. Now I went to the store to go pick up some dip, and I leave and I thought, oh, by the time I come back, she'll be in the, she'll be talking. She'll be in the middle of her speech. Got back, she wasn't on stage. And Supermax he starts texting us the clock countdown. He's like, it's been 24 minutes. It's been 25 minutes. It's been 27 minutes. It's been 20. Dude, I was like, they still haven't introduced her. They were like, no. Sure enough, hadn't fucking introduced at all. That was good. That was good.
But yeah, I'm gonna hop off.
Hey, appreciate you coming on, Alex.
Don't get yourself arrested, all right?
I'll try not to, man. Appreciate you though.
Have a good night.
You too, champ. Beard's looking great, by the way. All right. That was Alex. Shout out to him. Hybrid fan extraordinaire. What's Mrs. Wife's name? God, I can't believe I forgot it. Bro's been on TV twice. The gingerbread man. Ah, that's funny. So made it clear. No, I'm not on IG anymore. Appreciate you though, looking out. They removed Clavicular's YouTube channel. What did he do? Dude, by the way, I know that this isn't going to make a lot of sense on this channel because this is something that we had talked about last year or 2 years ago on my other channel that got nuked, Infighting Podcast. So this might not make a lot of sense, but dude, if you were a listener during that time, you know I called the Vitali thing. You fucking know I did. And I got shit. I got so much. People were like, "Oh, you want to protect PDFs?" Like, no, I fucking don't. But here's how much I don't. I don't want dipshits to be the ones that go out there and then let them off the hook because they fucked up. And what happened? They fucked up. Oh boy, did they fuck up. Yo, that content needs to be terminated for real. You know, if you were, listen to me, if you are not law enforcement and or Chris Hansen, you ain't got no business doing that shit, bro. Because look, what you're gonna do is you're gonna end up fucking around and making evidence, hard evidence to convict someone, invalid. No, not invalid. Inadmissible in court. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna fuck around and make evidence that would put somebody behind bars inadmissible. And that's what they did, by the way, because there's somebody else that did answer that call that didn't show up that night and or saw them fucking with that other dude and left. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to bring it up because I don't even want to get into that shit. But for those of you that know the Vitali story, then you know we called it here at Infighting FX. Like, because I knew that dude didn't give a fuck. Like, be honest, that guy is just like a clout chaser. He just wanted to be famous. Like, and I don't care. Like, I don't care. Go do your thing. But like, that kind of content is just going to mess something up for somebody, you know, and they don't care. Well, now he does because his ass is getting sued. And I think they yanked him off of Kick for like a month, or I think he got banned. I think I heard somebody say he got banned, which is crazy because they don't ban nobody from Kick. Over 1.3 billion views. Whoop that trick. Oh shit, the Pink Power Rangers coming to Corpus Christi Comic-Con. Amy Jo Johnson, dude. Amy Jo Johnson, Kelly Kapowski, Topanga, Myra from Family Matters. These were my crushes. And if you ever heard of a show called California Dreams, then you would know my other blonde-haired bae. Whoop that trick. Can anybody tell me why the gingerbread man is going out there and why he's got a pimp cane in the form of a candy cane? The gingerbread man wasn't there. I don't know if y'all know that, but he definitely wasn't there. I'm gonna put it on mute because I gotta go over there real quick, and I don't want YouTube to kick me off. I forgot I was on mute. What? Nobody even came out, dude. What the hell? We're not getting another. What's his first feud? If it's LA Knight, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Oh shit! The gingerbread man! Hell yeah! He beat the shit out of Little Yachty too. That was terrific, dude. Trick Williams and Little Yachty. Sami Zayn, whack. 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 But the gingerbread man thing isn't super heelish, let's be honest, right? Like, this is still kind of goofy, lovable Sammy. He dressed up as a fucking gingerbread man. A gingerbread haluva. That's what they just said. I'll have you know. A gingerbread haluva kick. That's what they just called it. I'm embarrassed. Yikes. He's a gingerbread man walking. Oh my God. You know, I've never said that WWE needs to hire me as a writer. I've never said that. Bro, I'm sorry. If y'all are going to run with those puns, you need to hire me as a writer. Even if I work from home remote and you just say, hey, give us some lines that commentary could use that aren't lame as shit, then I'm your guy. The hell? Sami Zayn's clapping hand. he did a dance. He did a little dance. I'm fuming. Hey, no wings, right? I'm okay if you just want to do that. If you just want to do the pizza. Dude, just Solo. I think they only cut the Wyatt Six because Solo's in like 4 different feuds. I'm pretty sure the Wyatt Six only got cut because they realized, oh shit, this is the 7th feud we've put Solo in. Oh, they got a tale of the tape between the Miz and Danhausen. This is hilarious. This is hilarious, dude. So I'm gonna show my age right now, but have y'all ever seen something called The Monsters? It was a black and white sitcom from I don't know, maybe the 40s, the 50s. No, not the 40s, right? When did The Monsters come out? It was a long time ago. But anyway, this was like the shtick, right? Because they were like the Addams family, only like they were more like canon, right? Because like the dad was Frankensteinish, the grandfather was a vampire, the little son was a vampire, the mother was like a Bride of Frankenstein kind of person. They had a werewolf cousin, shit like that. But Danhausen's shtick is very, very Munsters-ish. Have y'all seen the footage around that suggests that WWE piped in the Oba chants? I'm not saying it's true. Oh, he's got a slammy. That's hilarious. Hey, is there anybody that can help me with my capture card? My cousin said he would come over tomorrow to help, but if I could get it done now, that would be sick. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was Canella. Yeah. Look, I'm gonna show you because Mex actually showed me a lot of stuff that you could get. Because we had her cremated. Uh, so like they have like jewelry and stuff. Look. So like we have her ashes, and so then you could put them in like little urns like this, or you could like because we were gonna do this too, probably like get a bunch or get like 4 of them and give them to my cousin, my parents, because we all watched out for her and stuff. They would take care of her anytime we went on vacation and we couldn't take her. They would watch them, and we all lived together for a while, and that when she was a puppy. But yeah, I think we're gonna get one of these, and then Mex sent me this place, and you could actually have the like a picture, like you send in a picture and they make like a plush, like like taxidermy but without the creepiness, right? It's like a stuffed animal. But they look pretty good though. So I don't know. I'm thinking about doing one of those, but they're like $200. So maybe I'll just tell my mom to do it. Be like, hey, look, you should get one of these. So let's watch these. So like if Fatu joined solo, like that would just literally be the exact same bloodline feud that we ran last year. The exact same. It was Jacob, because remember, Solo brought in everybody. Solo brought in everybody. Jay and Jimmy and Roman brought in Solo, but Solo brought in everybody else. So I don't know. Awesome. What the fuck? Dude, what if they move the tape and it says Owen Hart? That would be shout out. I would love it. What the hell are you talking about, Wade Barrett? You're going too far with this. What the hell does that even mean? Hey, so did any of y'all see that? There's a bunch of people posting from their seats where when Oba came out and it was like nobody cheering. Like a shot where you could see thousands of people and maybe 10% were chanting. But I don't know. Some of them don't, like, they look weird. It's like there's nothing going on. And yeah, they eventually cut to Oba, but it's like after he had already came out. like well after John Cena shit. So it's like, where are those videos? You know what I mean? When John Cena announces them and everybody's doing the strut and shit. Like, I don't know, but that's the narrative they're trying to paint, that WWE piped in the Oba chance, but I don't know. He seemed over his shit to me, so he's Oba over. I mean, I don't know if I'd say spectacular victory, but it was literally the same gimmick. Here's my problem, right? Is this going anywhere? If it's not, fine. But then we're like, this is it. We're cooked. Danhausen's cooked. Like, this is peak. The hell, there's a phone under there? Oh. That's some decent comedy. That's some decent comedy. All right, what about this for a Danhausen push? Next WrestleMania, Danhausen versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in a AV versus AV race. First person to kill a fan ringside wins. What y'all think about Rhea's gear at Mania? I really liked it. And I felt like the way she changed things up, like she could do that more, I think. What is it? Legends, Futures, and Greats. Oh, Legends and Future Greats. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. I don't know if I told y'all this, but this is why I respect my wife, bro. My wife will stand on business. We were having a debate. It wasn't even a debate. We were just talking about the WNBA. And then we got to a point where I was, I explained to her what the narrative is online from a lot of people that are dumb, that think that somehow, some way that the WNBA is like bad or because it's subsidized, that it's, the WNBA works, that makes basketball bigger worldwide, without a doubt. The NBA is looking to expand their sport in the same way that MLB is having games, in other countries, the same way the NFL is by having games in Mexico and the UK and shit like that. And so anyway, she was like, trying to stick up for the WNBA the whole time, um, not realizing that the narrative was that she was defending a sport she doesn't watch at all. You know what I mean? And so yeah, she's got the calendar set for opening night. Yeah, opening night. And yeah, she's dedicated. She is committed to watching the WNBA. So shout out to her. Oh shit, they're bringing her up already. Wow. This is weird. Oh my god, Blake Monroe got hit with the coming soon. The hell? Man, I still can't believe they ditched Kyrie Sane before paying off that that segment. Oh, babe. Kyrie Sane got cut. So did the Wyatt Six. Yeah, they got cut. Motor City Machine Guns got cut. Alistair Black and Zelina Vega both got cut again. I swear. She's mad because a journalist didn't give her the chance to break the story, that she was cut, even though she was cut with a bunch of people. Alex said he understood why she was annoyed. Look, I'll show you what he had said. This was his comment from earlier. He said, I can understand the annoyance, though, if someone breaks the news to the world you're fired from a human sense. And when he came on and explained it, I understood what he was saying, that while it's not wrong in the sense of this is the way things work, that it's still something that can give her a bad vibe, bad feelings, and she's obviously she's okay to feel however she wants, but you can empathize with that kind of viewpoint, I think. They were saying Chelsea Green got cut, and it's not true, but that would have been to me the biggest shocker. Even more of Aleister Black, because she's just been getting over like everywhere in Mexico. Damn, she calling herself mommy now? That's not cringe as shit. Huh. What'd you say? Oh, Marty Supreme's on HBO? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Bro, is she getting booed that hard? Are they pumping in shit? This is crazy. Yo, this is crazy. You know that in the American landscape of wrestling, we only have room in our hearts for one person that speaks down under. So we only have room. We only have love in our hearts for one kangaroo talker. I'm just kidding. This is literally being piped in. There's nobody booing. It got like turned down. What the fuck? This is crazy, bro. Wait, what's Fatal Influence's name? Or what are their names? I know it's JC Jane because I was the only person they fucking said. You're repeating y'all's names. That is not a helpful thing to do. She literally just said all that. If you don't know what to say, then just say that. This is not the SmackDown match that I was hoping we'd get, or the feud that we'd get between Rhea. Yo, if you're watching on X, please hit that sub. Please hit that follow. If you're watching on YouTube, do the same. If you're watching anywhere other than Twitch, please go to Twitch. Follow me there. We got ourselves a capture card, and we are gonna start gaming a whole lot more. Also, we're going to the gym on Wednesdays. The boxing gym. I just joined a new gym. Well, I've been a part of this gym for a long time, but it just renamed itself, and I haven't been. This is like I'm starting there now. But there's a couple guys that are there still from when I used to go there, but it's Coach Franco's gym. All right. Jason J is looking pretty good though so far. Ugh. Ooh, that was a stiff shot. At Dom's? Is that what we're calling fucking the pizza's here? No, I did. I just was.
What sounds more urgent to you? We are stranded or help arm wedged in boulder exclamation. Please eat this. You're indecisive when you're hungry. Oh no. I didn't say that. I think tomorrow. From USA.
Gotcha. That sounds good. Quickly. Levels. Damn, hit her with a nice super kick. She got that Drew McIntyre kick. You know that was an accident, Drew McIntyre. He accidentally did that, and he liked the way it looked on TV, so he kept doing it. The what's it called? The bro kick, right? No, that's Sheamus. What's his called? Fuck, I forget. See, if you're gonna go home right here. Oh, they're getting a this is awesome chant. If you're gonna go home here, she should have grabbed the rope and started kicking out. Of course. That was a good Jacob promo, by the way. On Monday, he showed that he's ready. Yo, they cut to a shot of Roman on the Tonight Show. Like, just imagine Jacob Fatu trying to play a game with Jimmy Fallon on the Tonight Show. Like, that's hilarious. Just hilarious. He's like, I'll see y'all next week on Monday Night Raw. Come on, bitches. Like, what's the matter? What? Yaramin. Yaramin. That should be a song right there. It'd just be like Yaramin. Yaramin. Bro, he'd get over. He just make his own little chant. His own little strut like Oba. Just be like, I don't know, something like that. What's the matter, mama? Come here. Come here. Huh? I know. I already gave her some. I said I like it like that. She got eye boogers. I took one though. I said I like it like that. I thought we were gonna get way more call ups. Yo, by the way, who's the New Japan guy? They're teasing on NXT. Y'all got any ideas on who that is? Oh, my back is so tight right now. Ba-da, ba, ba-da, ba. Yeah, I'm gonna be sparring on live. Probably not for like the first month. Even though I've been working out, I haven't really done any sort of cardio to believe that I'm going to like I think I'm gonna have to get in shape, right? And so I'd say like a month, maybe 6 weeks. Um, I would say by the second month, I'll for sure have already sparred, or I'll be sparring by then for sure. But yeah, probably the first 4 to 8 weeks. Like if zero sparring, if not zero sparring, then I would say like probably like maybe like 3 rounds or something like small, like something like some 50-75% shit, maybe even like 40%, maybe even like boxing with the boxing mitts, with the, you know what I'm talking about? They have those in the gym. You know what I like that they have? They got the stick. You remember the stick that they used to use? And then you would be on the heavy bag and they would throw that stick with the glove on it and you just slip and just work. They got one of those. I've never worked out at a gym that had one of those. And you know the coolest thing about this gym is, man, they got everything. Like they got a place to lift weights, they got a place to do like uh more like strength training, like fitness, like uh I wouldn't it's like circuit type shit, right? Like dumbbells, I mean not dumbbells, what are they called? Kettlebells. Um, you know, the medicine balls and stuff like that. But they also got 2 saunas. They got a red light heat room. So they got like they got 2 bikes, and then they got 2, I think, ellipticals, and maybe 1 treadmill if I remember correctly. But they got stuff so you could work out in there, get more heat, obviously. And then they have cardio shit like spread everywhere, but it's not as big as I've shown it online before. And a lot of people are like, holy shit, that's a huge gym. It really isn't. The pictures make it look super big, but inside it's actually very small. I'm actually really worried about the live stream because up until like the very back near the office, which is in the back of the gym, like the internet like basically cut off. So hopefully they'll let me run. They've already given me the approval to stream. Because before that I was just streaming me like working out in the corner, that was it. But now I have the permission to stream throughout the gym, so I'm gonna be, you know, introducing you all to fighters, some of the young kids, some of the pros. But yeah, I'm gonna get that work though, champ. I'm gonna put it on. It's gonna be live, champ. I'm gonna even clip it, put it up. Yeah, it's a whole deal. Who is she talking to? Flair?
I'm not here to write fairy tale stories. I'm not here to feel good about anything. I'm here because others freaking cannot. I'm the meanest and baddest son of a bitch that ever walked the face of the planet.
Bow, bow. Yes, very much so. Could you take this for me, please? No. I'm gonna eat this shit out the wings. Hell yeah. So we've been eating good all week. I'm gonna make it count. Holy shit, they're doing a Game of Thrones movie. Ash, they're doing a Game of Thrones movie. Aegon's Conquest. You know, this is why, this is why I still don't believe this Lesnar stuff, right? I honestly feel like if Brock Lesnar was retired, they'd be doing much more. I mean, this is like a clearly slapped together, thing that they did. Like, where's the like AJ Styles pomp and circumstance, right? Like John Cena, like everybody got that, but they're just gonna have Lesnar say goodbye in the most random manner. I don't know. It just feels like it's for the story. It feels like it was like they were like, dude, we need something like good and unreal. We're gonna all pretend Lesnar's like, and I'm not even saying that everybody's pretending. Probably just like a few people. No, and those few people are like, bro, and nobody's giving shit to the dirt sheets between Triple H, Brock Lesnar, and Paul Heyman. They're like, we're gonna treat this real as shit. But I don't see it, dude. I really don't. But I will say that it's a lot harder to dismiss it, seeing so many credible journalists actually believe it and or not deny it, right? Like even Meltzer was like, bro, I can't call it. There are people in WWE sources that I have that are shocked and believe that he's gone. And then there are others who've been in the business a really long time that feel like they should know better. But it's just, I don't know. It feels like they are trying to go all the way with it. I told my brother or my cousin, I told them, bro, these are the same two people that try to make us believe that Lesnar went into business for himself. You know what I mean? When he beat the Undertaker's streak, like they try to push that narrative for a really, really long time. Don't forget that. Fought two. What title did Blake Monroe win in NXT? It wasn't the world title, right? She was North American. That's what it was. North American. Who is that wrestler that who is that superstar? She was like an act with somebody. I can't remember who now, but then she came back. They tried to repackage her and they put vignettes like every week, like literally every week, um, saying coming soon. Who was that? Was it Emma? Was that her name? Emma? That's what I was trying to say earlier. I hope that Blake Monroe doesn't fall the same way as Emma, because Emma was like it became a joke. It became a joke. Like, oh, she's never coming. And it was like coming soon, coming soon. And like they did this whole like Sable, like Sunny on the beach, like sexual kind of pose, or like Sports Illustrated, I should say, not sexual. I'm sorry. Well, I guess that's the same thing. Come on, let's be honest. But it's like a Sports Illustrated swimsuit type of thing. And it was like, what character is that? Like that's not even wrestling. Like, is she debuting as a manager because she looks more like a valet than a wrestler? But it was just a repackaging, and then she went to and then she got cut, never having debuted never having debuted her repackaging, and she went to TNA, and she got pretty over, if I recall. What's the score? Bro, y'all saw Webinyama take that fucking facer straight to the wood. Just straight. Whew. Yo, his face bounced like the basketball. Everybody knows, listen, if you followed boxing or MMA long enough, specifically boxing, you know that the most dangerous part of a knockout isn't the punch that puts your lights out most of the time. It's the lack of control you have to break your fall, and then your head, boom, snapping back and hitting the canvas is one of the most dangerous things. Oh shit, Ricky Saints debuting next week. Even if I have to go through you. The music. Oh, you're gonna wrestle with that chain. I don't think. Bow, 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 bow. Mm, mm, mm. I almost spelled Lil Yachty, Little. Lil Yachty. I'm gonna assume Tamatonga is gonna turn right here. I mean, I don't like if Jay and Jimmy come out. I can't imagine they establish like a further feud. I think Jay and Jimmy helping Jacob in this match could be a narrative that they use on Monday. I don't see Jacob or anybody realigning. I just don't think that, like, what is this for other than to rid Solo? Oh, there's Jay and Jimmy. I knew it. The hell? A 2.5 man. Dude, my chair is so squeaky loud, isn't it? God, can you hear it on? Yeah, you can definitely hear it. What's up? No, tell me. Oh God, that does sound a little triggering. Ooh, Solo tries to land the thumb of death. All right, Fatu's going to the top. This should be the interference angle. What time is it? Oh yeah, this is it. They're going home. All right, here's the interference. They push Jacob off. That did really nothing. Solo wraps up 1, 2. That was terrible. He waited even that long. Oh shit! I thought Solo was about to beat Jacob. Oh, pop up Samoan slam. Nice. Now Jacob hits the moonsault. That's got to be it. 1, 2, 3. So they all working together. Yo, they didn't help, and he did not need their help. Oh shit. Jacob Vatu is that guy. Oh Jesus. He just murdered that table. Oh, the Cowboys are shocked. Now he's yelling at the Usos. I told y'all I didn't need your help. What the fuck? Oh, God. All right. Let's see how it closed out. He said, "I'll tell him I'll see him at Raw." That was how it closed. That was not the best close, but a lot of debuts happen. Man, SmackDown's just like gonna be the B show, I think, for a long time. But listen, guys, I want to thank everybody who tapped in. I got some family stuff to handle. If you were watching earlier, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna try to make my point without getting ridiculous. But I want to remind y'all we'll be live tomorrow for the Big Baby fight. Maybe he'll lose his hair again. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. But we will be live for that, and probably like 90% to like 95% sure we're going to go ahead and use the capture card tomorrow and launch our official venture into TikTok streaming. So that's going to be awesome. Also be able to get calls, all that good stuff. So appreciate y'all tapping in. We will get to the topics that we didn't get to. So appreciate everybody for tapping in. Until tomorrow, peace.